Right. Well, welcome everybody to the call. Look at Judy's beautiful tree behind her. This is our very last call of 2025. And so it's been an amazing year. And I hope tonight we'll have some opportunities to hear from you guys. There's been a lot of transition, and we've talked about a lot of topics. I don't know if you guys heard my live this morning, but we have been on a quest. And this quest has really been to bring Zalise products really to our backyard. And many of us have been doing this for a number of years. It has proven more challenging than I think any of us would have imagined. Through the highs and lows of the company's lease and through our own personal highs and lows, we've had all sorts of things, losses, changes, uncertainty. We've had disappointments. We've had wonderful things happen. We've had relationship challenges. We've had financial challenges, car accidents, all the things that could possibly go wrong. And I'm not talking about just us, I'm talking about collectively as a team. And there's times that we have felt powerless and voiceless. We've had issues managing kids, managing parents, being caregivers, all the things that we have experienced together while trying to build this business. But at the end of the day, I know all of us, and the resounding theme is that we're so grateful for what these products deliver and what they bring to us. And so I want to hear from you guys just in that topic of gratitude for wellness. What are some of the outcomes that you guys are most grateful for with the Zalise product line?
There's Judy Baker raising her hand.
Judy Baker, you're muted, girl. Look at her knowing how to unmute herself.
Mhm.
There it is. Okay. Hi. Okay, wellness. Of course, I'm fantastically grateful for the lack of inflammation, for the uh, better mental clarity. I say that as I struggle for words. Just for those, for the Be Fit. Oh my gosh. But one of the things that I consider a plus on wellness is the support I get from this group, just the familyness and the friendliness and the congratulations and the just the you go girl stuff that comes with the effort. And I just, the camaraderie, that's just part of the wellness, and I love it.
Thank you, Judy. Appreciate you sharing that. Anybody else want to share just either an outcome that you're grateful for with the Zalise product line with regard to wellness?
I'll share, Lisa. I love our sleep products. I love our Dream, and being probably the oldest one on this group, the older you get, that Dream just becomes more and more important. And I love our sleep products. And I'd have to go along with what Judy said. I love the companionship. I love the friendship. I love the love that you feel on this because it's a very, very negative world out there. And this is a wonderful, positive dose of love and positive attitude, that's just a shot of energy. And I really enjoy these calls for that too.
Thank you, Jenny.
Mhm.
You don't look old, girl. I think you look maybe 45 at best. So
Well,
just
I'm
saying.
older than 45.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I don't
Hal
know if you're as
Henson.
old as I am.
Hey, David, what are you grateful for?
I
Wellness.
love Be Fit. It has
Hey,
got
Jeff.
me,
I
is
just
Jeff
noticed
is
Jeff
here
too.
too. It has just got me in better physical condition, even though I've tried and tried and tried. I couldn't lose the fat around the middle, no matter how much I tried. But I agree with Jenny too, that sleep products, it gets me good night's sleep. I take the Dream and the R&R. I take the Edge with the Be Fit, so it gives me energy to get out there and move even when I don't feel like it. But I do love this group. It keeps us going, the positive and the friendship, and it just helps keep us going, because it is a negative world and it's hard to keep going sometimes if you don't have that support. I love you
Absolutely.
guys.
We love you too, Deborah. I don't know if Jeff has anything he wants to add to that. He's muted now. I think I can't hear. You guys might have muted. Did you mute?
There you go.
Oh, you
Uh,
go.
yeah, I mean, I just love the support that everybody shows, especially Deb. She's worked hard to try to keep some of these folks in good health. It's tough though. I mean, you all know that, and I usually try, when I see somebody and they see the weight that I've lost, they wonder, what do you do? And I kind of share with them, what you do, but then they just kind of, oh, okay, you know, and it
They just don't want to work at it.
well, that's it, I mean, I tell them, I said, it's not a golden pill, I mean, it's a great product. And I told them that it suppresses um,
Craving.
my appetite and my cravings. And I said, that's one of the biggest things that I've found with it, that it helps me do that and stay away from, eating different types of food. But, I tell people, any any I don't want to call it a diet, but anytime you do that, I mean, you've got to adjust what your eating habits, and if you can lose the weight, but if you end up going back to that same old pattern, it's gonna come right back on you again,
Right.
and then sometimes even more so. And obviously, it's not good to keep going up and down in weight. That just plays with your system. And I'm fortunate that I've been able to get off some of my meds. I have to tweak them every once in a while, depending upon maybe how I feel a little bit. But I've basically gotten off of most of my blood pressure medicines, and it's pretty much maintaining.
And he was on 4, and now
where I
he's
wanna
on
be. Yeah,
a half of one.
yeah. So
Wow.
it's really helped that way and getting off of some of that stuff. And um so yeah, I mean,
You love the dream, and now he started
yeah,
taking that.
yeah, I started taking the dream at night and the R&R, and it puts me to sleep pretty quick, and I have to say that I do have some crazy dreams sometimes. Not sure whether that's causing it, or a little late night TV maybe is causing it, but it yeah, it's just great. And I just love the way you all help support everybody, and help support Deb. It's
He's got
it,
more
it's
vocal with he does talk to people, believe me.
Well, my question
it's
for you
easy
guys,
to.
how long have y'all been able to maintain your weight loss now?
Since June 11th.
Yeah, I mean, I got to admit, I've gained back about 5 pounds.
Okay.
I'm about 25, 26.
And
At
I'm at the
25.
same.
I got
Yeah.
up to, a little over 30, and
I
then,
finally caught up with him.
I got down to, but even the doctor said, he said he didn't want me to lose any more weight. And I think I lost a lot of muscle as well. But I've been back to the gym, and I've noticed that I think my muscle's starting to come back, and I
Good.
see firm a little bit more in spots than I had before. So I think, I'm hoping maybe the weight gain is a little bit more
Muscle.
muscle than fat, but I feel the same. And, I've been able to get back into clothes that I haven't worn in a long time.
That's
I
great.
was in large, extra large, and now I'm down into the
He's in a medium.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, that's
Well,
nice. So,
thank you for sharing.
yeah, thank you all.
Hal Henson you want to share a little bit about
Sure. Well,
he gets tired of hearing all the positive comments about his weight.
yeah, and I don't get tired of it. Really obvious that BFit has been life-changing for me. In that, I stick with what I said about it. It just really, the basic for me was it helped me stick with the commitment that I made to change my diet and change my eating. And I've been able to do that. The holidays have been a little difficult. I told Lisa the other day, I thought, I haven't been on the scale, a little bit here, and I feel like I probably have gained some weight over Thanksgiving. I had gained 2 pounds from kind of my target weight, and 2 pounds, and that 2 pounds could have been like just nothing having lost 40. So I feel good. We walk a lot. I walk a lot with Lisa. We we live across from the park. But I got to go back to the foundational piece. Lisa and I have talked about this several times in the last couple of months. I think that the fact that I've been taking a lot of different products from Zalise. I've taken, I've been taking Ultracell of some variety for 7 years every day. I've been taking sleep, a Dream and R&R since I've had them, whatever point they came out. I'm sleeping better. The Todd's got me on a sleep study. Dr. Todd did, and I'm in my CPAP every night, which is giving me better sleep. But um, so it's all, to me, it's all holistic. Of course, we love you guys, and I love, Lisa's much more engaged with you all than I am, but a lot of times I'm right there beside her when she's in those phone calls. I'm listening in, and I'll have input. A lot of times I know that I can talk too much, or kind of step in and step over conversations. And I would rather just take the things that I hear, honestly, a lot of times, and just talk with Lisa about it and let her bring that to you. I think it saves time and energy for all of us. Um, um, and I would say well-being is being so one of the for us, I think one of the biggest takeaways for well-being is not personal. It's what we truly have been able to and continue to share with so many people in so many other ways. Not only the people in Zalise, but people who have rejected Zalise, but who have benefited from the mindset of well-being and wellness that we live with every day. Mm. And the fact that we're taking these products and you're taking these products, and even for the people who reject our message, we're healthy and we can show up for them. Just continually showing up, whether it's a family member, whether it's a neighbor, whether it's someone at church, at work, someone who may be even antagonistic about what we do, but is a friend and everything else. Y'all have people like that, like they're a friend and everything else. But if you talk about Zalise, they want to string you up. They don't want to hear about it. It's like, ooh, it's like, but we continue because we're healthy minded, healthy bodied, healthy spirited. We can show up for those people, really, even though they reject our message. And we have a wellness mindset about that. So that's one of the big benefits, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nice. Anybody else want to share? Wellness. What are you grateful for? Linda. Linda, you're muted, girl. We still can't hear you yet. There we go. There you go.
I had to switch to my phone. My computer. I'm just grateful for Zalise and their quality product, because I just think sometimes when I'm having these good days, what it was like before I had Zalise, and how insecure and afraid I was before, but anyways, I'm just very grateful. I know I will always need Glow. Glow seems to be my number one product. And I haven't been using the BeFit lately because, one, I kind of reached my goal and I didn't want to lose too much weight, but it did help drop my insulin down to, half my requirement. On good days, on days that I don't fall off the wagon. And I'll tell you what, during Thanksgiving, and I'm sure this kind of Christmas it's going to happen again. But come January, I plan to go back on it again because my goal is to incorporate more exercise with the BeFit so I can get my insulin even lower. So, but
that's amazing, Linda.
I don't know that I could have done that with anything else. I mean, anything that's natural per se. There's just something with the combination of BeFit that is works very well. And it's not the first time for me to use a product that had berberine in it, so I can't say it's just berberine. It's the combination that works well together. So
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And I
uh-huh.
see Melissa. Melissa joined us from New Mexico. Hey, Melissa.
Hey.
Hey, tell us what you're grateful for with Celise with regard to wellness.
Well, first of all, I'm grateful for all of you and the whole entire Zalise Nation. And I think BFit is the best thing to hit the market. And I have a hard time losing weight. And so it doesn't show right away. But I've lost 7 pounds with it. I've kept it off. I like sweets. And now when I eat a sweet, I feel bad. I'm making better choices and getting rid of all them bad habits that I had because I had a lot of them. No, not that many, but enough to keep, not losing weight. And I haven't got on the scale, but I noticed my shirts are getting smaller from 2 to 00, if you know the plus sizes. My pants, my leggings are getting looser. And I notice now in exercise, I can get on the floor and get up really easy, and my legs are not hurting as much anymore because they were really throbbing. So
Wow.
I've noticed that, and I'm just going to keep drinking it. If I drink it in the middle of the day with my meal, like with ice and the edge and the beef fit, I feel that I stay full the rest of the evening, and I try to have a protein shake or a salad or yogurt with cottage cheese. And I just feel much better with it. And I'm just
I can
grateful. I'm
I can
grateful
still
for all of you because my life is changing
that's
in a
beautiful,
positive
Melissa.
way. And I'm gaining the confidence I didn't have before. Like Linda said, I was scared and I didn't have confidence. And with all of you guys, just I'm just grateful for all of you every day.
Thank you, Melissa. And I can still
Yes.
see the changes in your face. You just look
Oh yeah.
amazing.
I noticed my face is getting smaller. I could see my collarbones and things, I had a chubby face and this middle part is going down. So I
Yay.
know I've lost inches. I know that.
Well, I love it. And
Yeah.
we thank you so much for just sharing that. I know it's a little bit earlier in New Mexico, and so we always appreciate you, making time to be on this call. And there's a reason why I'm asking you guys to reflect on the changes we've noticed. I honestly can't imagine going a day without taking 10 Zalise products. So for me, it's really, really hard to identify which one product, because I wake up in the morning and I make B-Fit for Hal and I make a half dose of B-Fit for me. I've always just taken a half dose and I love it. And I then immediately take my cannabinoids, my liquid cannabinoids. Hal takes his Vibe. And then midday, I mix my Caribbean Crush Edge with my pistachios after I work out. Like it's like every few hours, I'm taking some type of Zalise product. I take Glow and Shield at 2:30 because that helps to fuel my afternoon. And then we take Dream and R&R about 20 minutes before bed at night. And then in addition to that, I have my amalaki, which, I do that like hot tea every evening. Hal and I do our hot amalaki with 16 ounces of water. And so the other day I was preparing for, a Zalise presentation and I was adding up how many products, and that's not counting Lachey. So I literally feel that the wellness aspect of this is something I take for granted, to have the energy I need, to have no pain, to really have confidence at almost 62. When my mom died of cancer at 54, to me is a blessing every single day to have quality life. We call that health span. And so in thinking about 26, my passion and my desire is to go back to our roots of really talking about wellness mastery and how Zalise is something that everyone needs that they don't know about. And so I want to kind of put a little pause in that as we talk about one. This is the other thing that I want to ask you guys, and I'll go first, but I want to know what we have learned this year. So sometimes it's hard to even think back, but one of the things that I have seen and noticed is that the leaders like you, every single one of you on this call, and the markets that have had consistent presence with regard to people talking, doing meetings, and things like that, they have been able to maintain and grow volume. And this is a really important thing for all of us to know. So, looking specifically at Evansville, looking at Northwest Arkansas, looking at Buffalo, New York, and I want to ask Marcia to comment on this, and Nashville, where Debbie Ray has been for almost as long as I have, and which has kind of led into Kentucky and Florida with the Todds. So, Marcia, I would love to kind of use you as an example of a market that you have fought really hard to maintain customers and volume, and I've never even been there. So do you mind sharing just a little bit about what drives you with regard to wellness and just perspective of anything you've learned this year?
Hmm. That's a big a lot. That could be a whole hour worth of talking right there. But I think the main thing is I have always been interested in health promotion and wellness, like health prevention, is meaning like let's stay away from chronic illness. And, as I've mentioned before, like learning about the endocannabinoid system was a brand new thing, just meeting Lisa and learning that. So I think this company and the message that they strive for, the mission is very well aligned in what I believe people need to hear and use. So, and Buffalo is a tough market because we love our crappy food and we love chicken wings and drinking beer and partying and all these other things. So um, that seems like the big umbrella of here, but there is also a very large wellness community. And when you start, if you just um, like Google wellness centers near me, tons of them pop up. So it's there, they're trying. And as Lisa's little message up there in the corner of her backdrop says, big changes happen when you take small steps. That's like the key for behavior change. And I think what I've took away from everybody's comments is that you have to elicit behavior change in order for people to become well, whether it's about, learning how to do their finances properly or how to manage stress or how to eat better, or how to hydrate more, how to move, how to, pick proper food at the grocery store. So all of those little steps and behavior change and taking these products, I think is the key. And that's the way I look at it. That's the kind of people I'm looking for when I'm listening to their stories. They have to be ready to make a change and then hopefully, with guidance, promote that. And I think for myself, the products have definitely improved my overall wellness. And probably, I think in the last month and a half, I've had a 24-hour cold symptom. Like you kind of feel it in your throat and in your nose and your sinuses. And it's like I take all my stuff, wake up the next day, and really don't suffer. So I can't say that would have been the way it was, 5-10 years ago without. So I know my endocannabinoid system is healed, and it's from the products, and just continuing to try to live this health span and be a good role model for others when you're talking about it. But I also like pie at Thanksgiving, so I had my fair share.
I don't think those are incompatible, but one of the things that I did have noticed is that your check has taken a little uptick. So tell us about that.
Yes. So, in the last couple of years, I have just been slowly building a customer base, and until they gave the customer bonus, I really wasn't being rewarded very well. So the last couple months, I've had the six people on what you call it, 50 BV or higher. So I've gotten the double check. It seems like my other payouts are a little higher than they used to be. And so, yeah, it helps support the motivation to stay with it because of that. And when they were really pushing for people to have like ambassador level, I had people switch to ambassador level and now they don't really count in the customer bonus. So that was very frustrating to me when that happened. But, I'm just taking it one day at a time and I just keep trying to spread the message, and hopefully they'll keep this bonus and reward us for those people anybody who's still on it since the beginning of time with me is because it's changed their lives. And, that's what's important to me about all of this is helping people stay healthy. So.
Amen. Well, and on that note, Marcia, if you find that people say, "Hey, I don't want to have to pay the membership fee," VIP customers don't pay that, and so it's a good opportunity to say, "If you have no interest in building, we can downgrade you."
Mm,
So just
okay.
because I believe that people should be what they want to be. If they want to
Yeah.
be a VIP customer, they really don't have an interest in building, then they should be allowed to do that. And I've had one or two that have not wanted to pay that renewal fee. And so I'm grateful that the company has made that distinction that VIP customers don't pay that. So
That's good to know.
yeah, thank you for sharing your
Yeah. Thank you
takeaways.
for asking.
Anybody else want to share any lesson that they've learned this year with regard to Zalise?
I will, Lisa. I don't know if it's a lesson or not, but having been with Elise for quite a while, I have really, really learned that Angie has such a sincere heart, and Angie is on our side because I've been on the side when they weren't on our side. And she is so open with her feelings, and she is for us. And that just keeps me going. I'll admit there's times, when you go, why do I still do this? But then you get on a call like this and you meet somebody friendly that you get to talk with the least about, just have fun with it. But the company has changed a lot just for us this year, and they're not going anywhere. They're on our side. That customer growth bonus was incredible. They added that, so they're just for us, and it's just such a positive change. And why does anybody not want to be part of this? I don't know. This is fun. This is healthy. It's a wonderful, positive environment, and I just love it. So
Thank you, Jenny. You're a great spokesperson for Zalise.
You want me to speak?
Do you have something you would
I
like to
do.
share, Helen?
For this year's in particular, the biggest, um, I think, business kind of takeaway for me is the realization that with the new customer growth bonus, anyone who wants to, who is willing to try over a period of time to generate a little bit of income through Zalisa's offerings, the customer growth bonus, which is basically an ask for people to get on product and to get on an auto ship and to stay on product for 3 to 6 months. And during that 3 to 6 months, the person who just gets their first person to do that, they've got another 2 or 3 months to add two more people, and they can make the growth bonus. Okay, we know that, and really anyone can do that if they're willing to try and to work with Lisa or their upline to support that and to do three-way calls, the basics. Here's the thing. For so long, we've been looking for, quote, business builders in order for us to make money. what I see with the customer growth bonus, and I really want people to hone in on this because it's great to move a gold kit. It's great to move a silver kit. But unfortunately, many times what we've seen over the years, including this last year, someone comes to a meeting, maybe they get a discount on a kit. We've seen it here in Northwest Arkansas because they didn't pay the shipping or tax. They buy the box from Luis or us. They get a deal, but they don't ever do anything and they never make money. You made some money, a little bit on the enrollment, but to but no one else did. I mean, like they didn't. Those people you enrolled didn't. So with the customer growth bonus, it is a simple approach, and if our focus is on the VIP customers on auto ship, from a builder standpoint, which is going to be, let's say, 1 in 100 or 1 in 30, whatever the number is, from someone who really wants to make income, you're more likely to build a team of people with the customer growth bonus and help them make that money than you are going to get them to enroll golds and silvers right now in the world. And we don't know where that's at, but at least Zalise has changed in their offering for us to make money. And so it's an opportunity. And Lisa and I have talked about it. And I'm like, I even was talking about it today, is like, I want to see, and I'm asking from Zalise, from Luis, to show me what it might look like for a builder to build with a focus on customer growth bonus, what that might look like for him or her to have a number of people who are helping other people get that customer growth bonus. I want to see the numbers, what it would look like, the income numbers. So I think it's a good transition year with that. It's working. We're seeing people that we haven't seen make much money hit some $400 and $500, $1,000 marks with income during a month, and that's exciting for us. And I'm like, okay, now we've always known the products are good, and we see evidence of products benefit. It's really wonderful to actually see people do a more simple approach and making money through this simpler approach, and we're grateful that that's happening. So that's my kind of big business
Yeah.
takeaway for 2025, going into 26.
Absolutely.
And that heater is about to kill me, so
Okay.
I'm going to pull away.
You can turn it down if you want.
I did.
Anybody else want to share a takeaway that they've learned this year? Any kind of lessons?
I will. I'm not afraid to speak up. I speak to anybody that's willing to listen, and I try to not overspeak. I listen a lot more. I agree with Hal. I think the customer bonus has really helped a lot because over the 7 years, I haven't found that special one to be, part of my ambassador group. And it gets discouraging. And I think that has encouraged me to keep going because most of my people have always been customers. And if they have ability to make money as well as a customer, then they'll stay being a customer. It does get frustrating when they give up too soon. They're not willing to make that mind change to make those choices of food. And they say, well, it's not working. Well, but that's part of the business, so hopefully with the customer growth bonus, maybe they'll continue it to keep us going until maybe we find that special one. I'm hoping I found that in Lucy. And we can build together next month since she's back home. And I love Angie. I know she's for us. And I think that makes a big difference too with our mindset because we feel that she's part of the reason the changes have been made, and corporate has been for us, and they're making changes to hopefully they're listening, and I think they are to everybody. And that just makes a big difference. And I'm looking forward to 2026 and the new
Thank you.
changes.
Yeah, good, all good points. When we talk about what's working right now, I wanted Marcia to kind of weigh in. Marcia, tell us about your sip and stretch. She thought she was done talking, but she's not.
Sip and Stretch is right now just a one Sunday a month that I co-host with April. which if a few of you met her just through the phone call she was on a couple months ago, but so we just lay out the powdered options from Zalise, and we mix either hot or cold beverage, and we do a little breath awareness, and we do some light, just restorative stretching. So just it, and we have a conversation about the endocannabinoid system and what the products do for that. And a lot of the people that are coming are return customers. So they're trying it. They're being fed that information multiple times. So it's just fun. I don't know. We don't know what it's going to turn into, but people enjoy it. We have gotten some customers from that. That people have signed up. So it's not all for nothing, and it's free. So we just trying to build a community in that space where she's trying to build her own massage business. So that's what we do, one Sunday a month. Maybe going to increase it to twice a month going in 2026. But yeah, it's a good platform. I think that we have the potential to do more with that. And these are people also, trying to build their wellness and their well-being. So again, like Lisa said, that's the ticket. That's where both April and my heart lie. I think that's why we really got into everything that we do. And so hopefully it'll pan out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that, and proud of your consistency in offering it. I think it's a very innovative approach. Anybody else have anything that they feel like has been working for them that they would like to share? Judy Baker, you're on the top enrollment. Do you want to share? And do you like?
I think Bo or maybe Hal, somebody, one of those guys, one of them good leader peoples, made the comment that once you start making a little money, it will cause you to want to do more, to work the business. And I think maybe a couple of years ago, Hal asked one night why we were in Zalise. And I think I disappointed him. I wasn't in it for the business. I was in it because I'm a teacher and I want to teach people. Hey, this is good for you. This will help you be well. I was not interested in creating a business, forming a team, doing all that. And then I made money, and I thought, oh, I said, hey, so I've learned I can do that, and I find myself, like Debbie said, I find myself being more vocal when I'm sitting in a group and somebody's, at choir today. One of the gals that was talking she's going to be our soloist, and she was saying something about her tooth hurting. And I reached around and gave her my topical, and I said, don't eat that, but put it on the outside where your tooth hurts. And 5 minutes later, she said, oh, I can feel it working. So, that's where I want to go. When I hear people say, this hurts, that hurts, I'm having trouble with this, having trouble with that, I think I can help you with that. And if they're interested, they'll say something. And if not, they'll kind of roll their eyes and walk away. And that's okay. Your loss. But I've learned.
And anyway, I interrupted you there.
Go ahead.
You've learned to be
more vocal.
More vocal. Good.
I'm bolder.
And you're also using your team. So you enrolled a silver last week, and you talked to both Susan and I, invited us to a Zoom to meet your new silver.
Yep.
And congratulations on that. How did that come about?
10 years ago, Susie invited her and kept her name. And we were going to go to Carrie Suits. And Susie said, hey, here's somebody that lives in your town. You might want to invite her. And so cold call one time, I called her and said, hey, and she said, sure. That happens all the time, right? so um, so it's just one of those things, and but there, she's had some financial difficulties lately. Her house burnt down. She's having trying to make ends meet right now, but she still scraped the money together because she liked what she saw at Carrie's, and she still scraped the money together and came in as silver. And she's been in marketing, and I expect her to do some decent things with it. And she was comparing what she was doing in marketing with what she was working with and our compensations, and she was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much better. And the requirements that they required her to, she had to do so much business every month or they would cut her off. And she said, what's my requirement? I said, you do what you want to do. Really? I said, yep, no pressure. Just get out there and share and enjoy and let people know. So she was excited about that.
Well, I'm very proud of you, Judy, for, just you have been able to sponsor two pretty significant business builders.
Yeah.
And have enough VIP customers to get some income from that too. So
I need one more.
You need one more. Yeah. And you've
need
got a
one
little
more.
bit of 10 more days. 10 more days. Okay.
I'm going to do this.
Well, it's fun. It's really fun to see the change in you, Judy.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's incredible. And I love that quote that, we're talked about, once you do start earning income, something changes.
Yes.
And for me, I think I fell in love with the company. That $16,000 check in that fourth month for me changed so much. It changed what I was capable of. It changed my ability to help other people in the world. And I think with the customer growth bonus, we now have a tangible, predictable way of earning income. And Judy, you've shown that you can actually, that we can all achieve this.
Yeah.
And so what I would love to see before the end of this month is that we can each tap into at least 3, which is how much money this month?
It's 400. Is it 300 this month?
It's 200. So it's normally 100 and it's doubled
Okay,
this month. So it's 200. So 200 this month. And overall, what I think of, and I've been thinking about this Team Unlimited, and we are a team, yes, and we have unlimited potential, but I believe what we're doing is wellness mastery. I think we're mastering not just physical and mental wellness, but we're mastering financial wellness as well. And it's something that really bridges into health a lot. It's a transformational quest that we're on, and ultimately it impacts our personal being, our health, our community, and ultimately positively impacts the world. And I cannot I can't overestimate the importance of it. I do think that we are just now getting the tools we need to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that customer growth bonus was really something that was missing.
Yeah.
Also, the wellness rewards. We've got the wellness rewards back. So there's a lot of rewards for wellness with Solis. And so the question is, if you could master an area of wellness that boosted your own personal health, if you could receive mentoring to grow your own personal development that allowed you to create a return on the dollars that you invested to the tune of $500 to $1,000, would you be open?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the question that we have as we go forward in 26 is looking forward. We have all the pieces that we need. We have the customer growth bonus. We have our wellness rewards. We have a product line that we know has impacted our own health that we have to become better in order to share it with the world in a language that they'll hear. And so what we have to do now is we have 10 days to close the month. And who knows what the company just announced this past week to help us.
the double business volume on the Amalaki and BeFit.
Look at Jenny Todd.
That's
Jenny,
right.
absolutely. And this, I was kind of blown away by this because BFit is normally how many BVs for one unit?
50.
50, right? And it's
Uh-huh.
99 bucks. So what they just announced is they're going to the end of the month. It's how much BV? Jenny just said it.
100.
100 BV. So if you do the math, every BV is 99 cents, so that's kind of interesting. Normally it's like you can purchase BV. If you look at that relationship between BV and dollars, it's like 2/3. You're not, it's not dollar per dollar for BV. It's less than that. And so Amalaki is 84 BV and it's for $70. And so that's even more valuable. So 83 cents per BV unit for Amalaki. And so that is significant because obviously we want the customer growth bonus this month. So if somebody adds that and they have to add it under promotions, it's a special SKU, but they can add that to increase the volume of either their first order or any order, because remember, they don't have to be on auto ship to get customer growth bonus. They just have to place the order. You have to have at least 50 BV. So that can really greatly impact all of our volume. I think the customer growth bonus is probably the low hanging fruit for most of us. Getting to a rank is a little bit longer commitment, right? And we all recognize that. But we're here to help strategize. And what I would love to see is that you guys are able to get a check of at least $200 to $500, um, just to show that you can, just to show that you can. And that means that in 26, our goal is to show other people. It's the way that we duplicate. And I'm excited about it. We're kind of using some different approaches in our kind of overview. I was kind of spent the day working on kind of a wellness leading, like why is wellness important? Um, and financial wellness is part of wellness. And when we teach the med students in whole health, financial well-being is very, very important to overall health. And I think that it's our job to bring up the relationship between the two of those and say, we work within a platform that can really help both. And people can choose to start with just health, or they can actually, learn how to do them both together. But I'm excited. I'm proud of you guys. I can't say that enough because you are the leaders that have really stood the test of time. And our commitment is to support you guys personally. We're actually supporting on the ground Northwest Arkansas. I'm going to be in Evansville Saturday. So we have a little meeting set up for Archie and Clyde's on Saturday at 5 o'clock, 5:30. So those markets that we have been going back and back and back and back and supporting show us that this works when we work. So I'm proud of you guys. Hal and I both just, appreciate every single one of you guys, all of your endurance, your belief in us, your gratitude, just the who and what you are on Christmas and every other day of the year. So I wanted to just provide a moment. Just anybody else has comments, questions, any takeaways for the year? I would love to hear from you.
Just appreciate all the, am I muted again?
No, I hear you.
Okay. Just appreciate all that you do. The reason I now do what I do, and you're always bragging on, is because you have been behind me, pushing me and encouraging Susie to encourage me. And it's just, you do that for all of us. And I really appreciate it.
It's easy to do that, Judy, for you guys, because I truly believe that, you guys have so much greatness in you. And we've been through a lot together. We really have. And, it's exciting that, we've weathered the storm with Celise. That's what we did in 25. We realized that, Angie owns this company. We
Yeah.
totally trust her. You know, she's had her own journey. She's going to secure that this platform continues. So we have that security, but it's not been easy. And you know, now a company with 10 years of standing the test of time with a product line, um, that has had big leadership changes, that has had big comp plan changes, and we're finding our way and we're finding our footing, but we have the most amazing corporate team. So what I want for each of you guys is to actually be able to set your goal. I think everyone's great with wellness, but I want you to set a financial goal that we can help you to achieve, because most people don't want to enroll in something that's just another nonprofit venture, right? That's that's not what the majority of people, they don't want to just work on themselves just to be a better human. Sadly, they would like financial proof. And so my goal is for you guys to let us help you achieve that piece. So it delights me, Judy, to see, like, you and Susan have had an amazing few months in the business. And so there's more of that to come.
Yep.
Thank you for saying that. Anybody else? Questions, comments?
I think just by taking the product and being an example of how the product can work for each one of us, brings up conversation. You know, obviously the weight can make, they see it.
Yeah.
You can't explain the sleep part or, how you feel. But I think if you can just be like when I won the challenge, the Be Fit challenge, it gave me the platform, and just the product can work if you put your mind to it. So that part, I really appreciate the fact that I did win, because it gave me that platform and the ability to talk to people when they say, wow, you wanted to cruise. So it brings up conversation.
That is that, and we'll never get tired of talking about it.
That's right.
As if it happened yesterday, right? Well, listen, I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas with your families, Christmas as well as New Year. We're here. We don't have a formal call next Sunday night. I will actually be probably en route driving from Evansville back to Arkansas again, but I've got lots of windshield time. So if you guys have any interest in strategizing end of month, please, please, please text me and let's look at your volumes. Let's look at, how many VIP customers that you have. Let's get you to at least 3. But the way that we get 25 is the same way we get 3. And obviously I've been doing this for a minute, but I still have customers that cancel, and I have people that I want to slap because they can't see beyond their nose. And that's really what drives me to create new PowerPoints, is because of all the things that people say to me. I work with seniors, and you guys, the scarcity mindset and the seniors, they have so much fear of falling, fear of financial scarcity, fear of like not having enough, fear of everything. And one of the things I love about just this platform is that we have access. I mean, we're not good until we start really, really working on our mindset. Jenny, you and Steve talk about self-talk and you preach it.
Yeah.
And, that was kind of the first time that I started, thinking about, how do I talk to myself? Like, the power of mindset. It's the most important thing. And we have access to knowing how to change that, how to strengthen that. And that bleeds over in every single area of life.
Yep.
I feel like, through Zalise and through this process of this difficult platform of mastering the platform, I've been able to really look at myself. It's like we're mastering ourselves, mastering wellness as we are on this quest together to help as many people as possible. And the ones that, aren't interested, we have to keep smiling and loving on them anyway. And that's, to me, that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to slap them.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the people she wants to slap sometimes, but um, on that note, and I'm sorry for coming in late. I was really having a bad health day. Not really. In some ways it was, in some ways it wasn't. But the product and the support, no matter how many times I have something go wrong, it's still there. And honestly, I had an accident. A step stool collapsed under me on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and I ended up with whiplash, concussion, broken tailbone, et cetera, et cetera. So I kind of got knocked for a loop again.
No kidding.
And I was just like, I was starting to get going again. So it was like, really, like again, how? But the support here in this group, it might not look like I'm trying different times, but I think people know that I'm fighting cancer, I'm fighting this, I'm fighting that, and I'm doing what I can, and I'm in a lot better place than I would have been otherwise. And when I get a chance to reach out, but as it was said different times, people see the difference in your health. They see the difference in recovery. I'm listening, my doctor's ready to give me shots and strong drugs. I'm like, no, no. And because of, I believe me, I doubled and tripled up on Vibe. And I'm sitting down right now, which I don't normally do. It hurts usually, but not like it would have otherwise. And I know that just like the fall, again, it's unexpected. I sat down to use my phone. It's actually texting somebody about Zalise, and it collapsed. So how's that for unfair, right? And I know that it's going to be there waiting for me, and it's serving me now. And that when I get a chance, I can share it with others, and it'll work out. It just keep going. That's all. I
Absolutely.
know I'm in a lot better health place, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you don't fight it." I'm like, want to see the test? But I'm like, well, that's because this. No, I don't have to do this. And I've got someone, come to think of it, I have to send a message to because she's interested in the fact that I'm not taking something for arthritis. I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. And she said, I'm at the point, she said that I'm willing to try anything. So I'm going to be getting a hold of her and a couple other people again. You can leave them alone for a little bit. You guys have said it's okay to do that. Whereas the old Zalise was like push, 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 and you literally push people away that way. And this is a much more human and positive format. And not being able to do what we were told to do previously very well, and because it also wasn't who I am, but sharing health, sharing concern, sharing wellness, sharing an alternative, sharing hope. I might not have the customer base yet, and that's really hard for me, but I have wellness that I didn't have before. I have hope where I didn't have before, and I got a testimony and a half. So when someone's wanting to hear it, I'll share it. And it's like Lorena Workmeister fighting MS. Gene didn't have to have the surgery. He was supposed to be on permanent disability. None of us have seen that, have we? So we've got each other. We've got the hope. We've got the support. And even if it doesn't look like I'm showing up, I'm going forward. And it's
I
like,
love that, Mary. Well, thank you for sharing that. And that's very
well, I
transparent.
couldn't do it without what I'm saying is the team and the support here. I'm extremely grateful for you.
Thank you,
I'm
Mary.
extremely grateful for everything you guys do, especially you and Hal.
They're amazing. I mean, honestly, they inspire all of us. And Mary's a great example of you never know the impact you have on other people. Just and honestly, I was not very effective at creating customers and getting the message out before I started doing a lot of work on me. So it's just it's what drives us to help people more is the barrier of whatever we're saying or our head trash or whatever it is, talking to the wrong people. Maybe we're hanging around the wrong people. Maybe we're hanging around people that don't lift us. Maybe we're hanging around people who are low vibration, low energy. And I had to completely change my life. And this company has really given me the roots and the wings to do that. So, Mary, thank you for sharing. And it was a great way to conclude the call. And thank you guys for taking this valuable pre-Christmas time to kind of sit around the fire, the virtual fire together, and just talk about what's good about Zalise, what we love about it, and looking forward to 26. So lots of love to you guys and appreciation and gratitude and all the things in the Zoom wave. And we'll be seeing you guys on the Freedom Call tomorrow night. Lots
Merry
of love,
Christmas,
everybody.
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.